Your brain is running a silent simulation of every person you spend time with. Their fears, their doubts, their limitations. Your mind rehearses all of it, as if those experiences were your own. And by the end of this, you'll understand why the single most overlooked factor in your ability to manifest is the room you're standing in. In the early 1990s, a team of researchers in Parma, Italy, stumbled onto something they weren't looking for. They had wired electrodes to the brain of a macaque monkey, mapping which cells fired during specific hand movements. The monkey reached for a peanut. Certain neurons lit up. Expected. Routine. Then a researcher reached for a peanut in front of the monkey. The same neurons fired. The monkey hadn't moved, hadn't even twitched. Its brain responded as though it had performed the action itself. Giacomo Rizzolatti and his team had discovered mirror neurons, cells that don't distinguish between doing and watching. Your brain treats observation as participation. Think about what that means for your inner world. Every conversation you have, every reaction you witness, every emotional state someone displays in your presence, your brain is running a private rehearsal of that experience. The person across the table is complaining about how nothing works out for them, how money is always tight, how the world is stacked against ordinary people. Your mirror system fires. You feel the contraction in your own chest. You simulate their hopelessness as though it were yours. And here's where this crosses from neuroscience into something that should reshape how you approach manifestation entirely. Neville Goddard taught that the feeling is the secret. That your dominant inner state, the one you fall asleep in, the one that hums beneath your daily thoughts, is the creative force shaping your reality. If that's true, then every person whose emotional state your brain mirrors is contributing to your dominant feeling. They're co-authoring your assumption about life. You didn't invite them to. They don't know they're doing it. But your mirror system doesn't ask permission. It fires automatically, beneath conscious awareness, faster than you can choose to block it. Consider two people with identical desires. Both want financial freedom. Both practice mental diets. Both spend time in the wish fulfilled before sleep. One of them spends 8 hours a day, surrounded by co-workers who believe the economy is collapsing, that wealth is for the lucky few, that hard work barely keeps you afloat. The other spends those same 8 hours around people who discuss opportunities, who expect abundance, who treat expansion as inevitable. Both are doing the inner work. Only one is having that work reinforced by their mirror system all day long. The other is fighting a neurological tide. This is the part most manifestation teaching glosses over. Your mental diet includes the mental meals other people are feeding your brain without your consent. Rizzolatti's research showed that mirror neurons don't just fire for physical actions. They respond to emotions, to intentions, to the felt sense of another person's inner state. When someone around you lives in lack, your brain practices lack. When someone around you operates from quiet confidence, your brain rehearses confidence. So the question becomes uncomfortably specific. Who are you simulating? Write down the 5 people you interact with most. Each one is a neurological environment your brain enters daily. Each one triggers mirror responses that either align with or contradict the state you're trying to sustain. You've been treating manifestation as a private, internal practice, and it is. But your brain has a back door, and everyone in your social circle has a key. Now, does this mean you abandon everyone who struggles? That you become cold, calculating sorting humans into categories of useful and disposable? That reading would miss the point entirely. Compassion matters. Love matters. The shift here is awareness, not cruelty. You can love someone deeply and still recognize that spending 4 hours absorbing their catastrophic worldview has a measurable effect on your inner state. You can hold space for someone's pain without marinating in it until your mirror system adopts it as your default frequency. The practical application starts with honest inventory. After you spend time with each person in your regular orbit, check your inner state. Do you feel expanded or contracted? Lighter or heavier? Closer to the version of you who already has what you desire, or further from them? Your body knows the answer faster than your mind can rationalize it. That slight heaviness in your stomach after a phone call. That subtle drain you can't quite name after a group dinner. Those are your mirror neurons reporting back. Neville spoke about pruning the vine, about cutting away everything that doesn't serve the new assumption you're building. He was talking about thoughts, primarily, but thoughts don't arrive in a vacuum. Many of your most persistent limiting thoughts were planted by mirror exposure. Years of simulating the beliefs of people around you until those beliefs felt native, felt like yours. They wear your voice now, but trace them back far enough and you'll find someone else's mouth. This works in the other direction with equal force. Place yourself in proximity to someone who embodies the state you're assuming, and your mirror system begins rehearsing their reality. You don't even need to talk to them about manifestation. You don't need them to teach you anything. Their calm certainty, their relationship with abundance, their ease, your brain picks it up the way a tuning fork picks up a vibration from across the room. Sympathetic resonance. Automatic. Silent. The Kybalion calls this the principle of vibration. Everything moves. Everything vibrates, and vibrations that match will amplify each other, while vibrations that clash will create interference. Your social environment is a vibrational field, and your mirror neurons are the mechanism through which that field writes itself into your biology. Ancient wisdom named the principle. Modern neuroscience found the hardware. So what does a conscious approach look like? You begin curating your exposure with the same discipline you bring to your mental diet. If you wouldn't repeat an affirmation of lack and limitation before bed, why would you spend 3 hours absorbing it from a friend's monologue? If you wouldn't deliberately assume the feeling of failure as you drift into sleep, why would you end your day consuming media designed to trigger fear and scarcity in your mirror system? This requires courage. Some of the people you need distance from are the ones you've known longest. Family members whose pessimism feels like love because it arrives wrapped in concern. Old friends whose stagnation feels comfortable because it matches the version of you that you're outgrowing. The discomfort you feel when you consider stepping back from these dynamics, that discomfort is the old state fighting to maintain itself. It will disguise itself as loyalty, as obligation, as guilt. Recognize it for what it is, the gravitational pull of an assumption you've already decided to release. Start with 1 hour a day of deliberate exposure to states that match your desired reality. Listen to recordings of teachers who embody what you're assuming. Spend time with one person, even virtually, who lives from the consciousness you're stepping into. Let your mirror system practice that frequency until it begins to feel familiar, until it stops feeling aspirational and starts feeling like home. The monks who lived in monasteries understood this instinctively. Surround yourself with others holding the same inner posture, and the posture becomes effortless. The discipline isn't in the holding, the discipline is in choosing the room. Your brain was built to simulate the people around you. Every face you see, every voice you hear, every emotional atmosphere you walk into. Your neurons fire as though you're living that person's inner world. This is biological fact. And it means your manifestation practice extends far beyond your morning visualization and your nightly lullaby method. It runs all day in every interaction shaped by every human environment you enter. You've been the gardener of your mind. Now tend the soil around the garden. The seeds you plant in meditation can't take root in ground that's being salted by proximity to despair. 8 hours a day. Guard the atmosphere of your life with the same vigilance you bring to guarding the atmosphere of your mind. The people around you are already shaping what you manifest. The only question is whether you chose them for the role, or whether you inherited a cast that's been rehearsing the wrong story. Recast deliberately. Your mirror neurons will learn the new script.